It came early, guys. What is up, guys? Once again, thank you so much for stopping by at the channel. Now, I know that I did say the very next video that I post is going to be for the 22x14 by Anthem Wheels. Unfortunately, I have not received the tires yet. Expecting to receive the tires a little bit sooner than I thought, so I was hoping to slam that video down this week, but you know what? It's no big deal. Christmas came early, man. I am pumped about this. Received a gigantic package. Just received a bundle kit from HSP. My goodness, this is awesome. So I finally get to get rid of the WCFAB stuff under the hood. If you're watching this video as of today or this weekend, this is Black Friday. I was cruising through their hspdiesel.com website and I noticed that a lot of their parts were discounted at 20% off. So a lot of 10% and stuff like that. But if you're watching this video after the weekend, then I have a coupon code that always runs. It's Truckmaster. It'll save you 5%. So I always love sharing coupon codes with you guys. Also, Kodiak Truck and Ryan's Diesel Service. It's Truckmaster, all one word. It's going to save you some money on turbos and transfer cases. It's going to help you guys out. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and leave the link in the description for the hsp.com website so you guys can just go through there and see what I'm talking about. Now, as you guys can see, everything is still in the wrapping. We're gonna go ahead and take the packaging off of all of this stuff in 3, 2, 1. Oh man, look at that. All right, got everything unpackaged. Go ahead and give you a general explanation on all the parts, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about the benefits of them. Now, I know there's a lot of skeptics out there, but guys, I really truly believe that this is gonna help me with horsepower. As crazy as that sounds, as you guys can clearly see, there's no box to that intake. When you look at this one right here, you see that there's a heat shield box eliminating unwanted hot air entering the cold air intake. So basically, for every 1 degree increase of intake air temperature, it will result in a 3 horsepower loss. So you guys can clearly see why I decided to go with this kit instead. It makes a lot more sense. Now, just to touch on the turbo mouthpiece, which is duct to the intake system, just want to hit on that really fast. It's going to eliminate your resonator box, that big old ugly Duramax air box that's sitting on top of your motor. The other thing to note, which is pretty important, is it's going to eliminate the PCV system, or the crankcase ventilation tube that goes from the left and right side of the motor. It basically ducts right into that mouthpiece. Once you remove that tube, it's going to eliminate all of that nasty oiliness going through your intercooler system. Now, I've talked about some of those one-piece YBridge kits. They're basically a bulletproof situation. Well, this is a 2-part, but these are proven not to fail on you. It's not like the stock application where you have that up inlet that's connected to your stock YBridge. The 2-piece YBridge is going to be a whole lot easier to install just because it's going to come in 2 parts instead of 1. I'm absolutely not one bit concerned about a boost leak whatsoever because this is a upgraded design versus the stock application. This is going to be your stock YBridge right here with your up inlet. Just prone to failure, guys. It's just a horrible situation. And then as you guys can see, all the nasty gunked up stuff that's going to go into your runners, your internals. Really no reason for me to explain why this setup is better than the old crappy setup, if you know what I'm talking about, because that's going to just sit in there for the lifetime of the vehicle right there. So if you haven't done this yet, I would highly consider that. This right here is HSP's Hot Side intercooler tube. Factory Hot Side intercooler tube is only 2.25 inches in diameter. This routing, there's a possibility of the hot side intercooler tube rubbing onto the power steering line, causing the line to rub a hole in the tube, resulting in a boost leak. Now, I've seen that before as well. HSP's solution to this problem is to run the hot side tube directly into the intercooler, resulting in lower temperatures, better airflow, and added clearance in tight places. One thing that is annoying about installing these right here, though, is you have to be so careful about not scratching all this stuff, especially the hot side, because you're routing all this right through the driver's side. It's going to touch, it's going to rub. Shove some rags in there. Just be very careful. You can easily scratch this. But if you scratch it, no harm, no foul, because the only thing that you really see is this elbow right here going into the actual hot side of the turbo. So, but I mean, it's very, very easy to scratch any one of these pieces. A couple weeks ago, I posted a video on Joe, the owner of HSP. He actually made one of these. Well, it was a Cummins tank, but he was showing the process at his warehouse on how they actually make them.
Thing with welding is the better the fitment is, the better the weld's going to be at the end.
I think it's the coolest thing in the world to have one of these things in the engine bay finally. I've been wanting one of those. A couple upgrades that I'd love to do for the truck too is the forward-facing thermostat housing that HSP has, but I think that's going to be a nice touch to the engine bay. You guys are probably wondering why I'm switching out my WCFAB kit with the HSP kit. There's a lot of reasons. There's a couple that I'm going to explain. Now, I'm not saying that WCFAB sucks. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that HSP is even any better. It really comes down to preference, guys. This is my preference, okay? So I'm going to explain this to you and why. So hot side intercooler pipe right here. Good and great, whatever. Problem is the fitment sucks. It raises up a little bit too high, so that boot right there that's connected to the turbo is just not seating correctly. So it's actually raised up. It's not sitting flush. That took me probably about 20 minutes just to line that up. It was insane. Another thing, it's sucking all that hot air from the motor or from the top, anything, you know, in the engine bay while I'm running, back right into my intake. Another thing to mention is I really do like the 2-piece YBridge design over the 1-piece, just because I'm going to be tearing into my motor all the time, and to be able to remove the up inlet instead of removing the entire YBridge, having a little more access while I'm in there is going to be immeasurable. It's going to be amazing. So now that I explained all the parts, we're going to go ahead and install it on the Duramax. I'm going to go ahead and time lapse this one. I've done multiple how-to videos on how to do this stuff. In my case, it's going to be super easy because I'm just ripping pipes off and putting new pipes on. Very simple. There's nothing left in the motor for me to remove anyways. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so that is it. It is completely installed. Can't be happier with the actual installation. It was very simple. But to be fair, the Egr Cooler, everything was completely removed already, so it was a lot easier for me to do this. I was just pulling pipes and putting on new stuff. If you guys are wondering, I went with the Delante DX12s. My goodness, it is done. And that before and after is like night and day, isn't it? A really nice touch about that kit right there too is it actually comes with the black clamps, which I thought was kind of cool. It really matches with the red. If you guys paid attention to the before and afters, you guys saw that the cold side charge tube is actually behind the alternator versus over the alternator. It looks so much better, really streamlined. Big shout out to Rustbelt Mechanic. He's the guy that actually got me started with this whole HSP kick. I thought it's really cool. And not only that, to share the information to the diesel community before you start spending money. But I hope this video is helpful. I'm trying to give as much knowledge and feedback to you guys, the viewers, as possible before you guys start spending a ton of money on these kits. Just getting some different ideas and takes on preference. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, coupon codes are going to be in the description below for Ryan's Diesel Service, Kodiak Truck, and HSP Diesel. I'll leave my coupon codes down there if you guys are interested in purchasing stuff like that. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be the giveaway announcement December 1st. You cannot miss that video. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I can't begin to express how much content is coming your way. It's going to be so awesome. And I'm not playing, guys. Head stud video to come on a Duramax. It's going to be very informative. Other than that, guys, I do appreciate your time. As always, make sure you subscribe if this is your first time stopping in. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.